Top 10 Murim Manhwa with OPMC. With so many great manhwa titles available, it can be hard to decide which ones to read. If you are looking for a manhwa with an OP or overpowered main character, here are 10 of the best according to my personal opinion. So before we begin, be sure to subscribe and like for more Top 10s videos. Starting off with our number 10, Reaper of the Drifting Moon. A very action-packed adventure, but not leaning towards the typical adventure you see in a happy-going power fantasy genre. No, this adventure is grim. It's about survival and sanity. It explores reflection, to be a tool for someone else or to be yourself and pursue your own ambitions, and whether this ambition is motivated by revenge or freedom after being deprived of it, it is something this masterpiece works on. You can expect the characters of this story to be cunning and unforgiving, and the excellent world building only adds to this pleasure of reading. Art is exceptional as expected from the author. I can't emphasize how much I enjoyed reading this overall. Number 9. Who Killed the Murim Lord? Hyoshin Woo is the grandson of the leader of the Murim Alliance, but he has been working as a vagrant martial expert since he was 11. One day he was attacked by unknown martial artist, and he is also framed from his grandfather's death. Now the whole Murim is after his life for the secret technique that his grandfather left behind. He needs to take revenge on his grandfather's killer and clear his name for the false murder charges. The manhwa starts off a bit chaotic and messy, but the pacing of the plot becomes better later on. There are some changes to the story because it's set in a modern-day Murim world instead of the traditional medieval setting. In the first few chapters, art is a bit inconsistent and it becomes much better later on. There are also tons of cool fighting scenes in it. Main character is ruthless and pretty much overpowered, which is a plus, but the female lead is a bit vague and not interesting at all. Other side characters are also decent. Give this a try if you want a modern-day Murim manhwa. Number 8. Heavenly Source Grand Saga. The Murim is in chaos and there is bloodshed and despair everywhere. A certain disciple who has 6 masters has been entrusted with the fate of the whole world. Main character gets reincarnated inside the body of a fat noble kid. His mission is to save the Murim and the whole world from bloodshed. In order to do that, he has to find the guy who will be future Devil Sect leader and stop him before he becomes overpowered. But after getting reincarnated, the main problem he faces is that he is a fat guy who can't even walk properly. This Murim manhwa is really wholesome. There is light comedy in it. The art is loaded with cuteness at least until the main character succeeds in reducing fat and becomes overpowered. Side characters are written really well. Give this a try if you want something unique in the Murim genre. Number 7. The Star of a Supreme Ruler. The mighty crimson star of the Supreme Ruler has appeared. The child who receives the energy of this star would grow to become the supreme leader and also become the legendary star that will rule over the world. There can only be one supreme ruler. The intense aspirations and the love that take place while fighting for that one position, and numerous last-minute schemes and betrayals. Who will become the owner of the supreme ruler's star? The story of this manhwa is very good and the pacing of the plot is also quite good. The art is also marvelous. Give this a try if you want a really good Murim manhwa with a solid plot and awesome characters. Number 6. Reincarnated War God. This story starts off perfect. The art is spectacular and the character and battle designs are immaculate. The building of the story is also great. The rise in the powers of the characters and their growth through the story is satisfying. Unfortunately, my problems with this story lay with the ending. The ending is too rushed and the character and plot growth that I praised and enjoyed earlier aren't granted send-off and conclusion they deserved. The author wrapped up story that could have easily spanned another 75 plus chapters and wrapped it up in a messily 20. This sudden shift leads to the pacing being lousy and leaving the reader with a bunch of questions that are forced to be answered in the last chapter, and then even that was insufficient. All in all, I recommend it as a light watch for others. Moving on to our number 5, Enemies. Our main character Won-Soo is trained as an assassin in the evil sect in the secret. He is really ruthless and only follows orders. One day when he returns after completing a mission, his master dies and now he's left on his own. The main character tries to live in a normal life, but due to his evil nature, he ends up killing even more people. This Murim manhwa is really lit. It shows the Murim world in a more raw and brutal way. The main character is totally ruthless and emotionless at the start. After some chapters, he gets some really good character development. The art is also nice and it shines the most during the fighting scenes. Side characters are also written very well. Story is also good, but it is not recommended for people with faint hearts. Only try this if you want a really dark but good Murim Manhwa. Number 4. Androids have no blood. High-tech android AI gets into the world of martial arts due to crash landing and dimensional shift. Although he can cook food for the hungry, he will not even eat a piece himself. He is a robot. He will help people in danger, but he will never kill them, adhering to the 3 principles of robots. He never sleeps and never gets tired. People take him for a great hero. Let's look at the adventures of a robot AI hero in the world of martial arts. Firstly, it is totally worth reading. I can't recommend any similar manhwa cause it's unique in its own way. Number 3. Demon Spirit King. What if the world was divided into people with martial arts powers and people without? Tai-Yon Kong was one of the lucky few born with such powers. He enrolls in Murim Police University, a special school for those with powers to stand on the side of justice. But he has a secret of his own. He is here to uncover the truth behind his father's disappearance as well as seek protection from the evil Murim faction, which is after his family's secret book of martial arts techniques. At the same time, the legendary Ghost King makes his grand return, years after his mysterious disappearance. Just who is the masked anti-hero? When it comes to the art and the fighting choreography, it is 10 out of 10, and that is the only thing carrying the whole manhwa with its weak-ass storyline. The plot is totally messed up where they are introducing a bunch of characters in just 10 chapters without even bothering to explain anything at all, which creates misunderstandings later on. It has a lot of waifu materials and great action sequence, but without a good backup in story, it feels hollow. Nevertheless, it can be given a try. Number 2. Star Instructor Master BAEK. Main character is in prison where he is taught by 4 great masters, but on their way to escape from the demon sect prison, all of them die. MC is reincarnated inside the body of a potato after some years have passed. He uses his knowledge from his previous life to get stronger and make his potato body into something really great. This is a very good Murim type manhwa with a good story and decent art. Pretty solid. MC isn't overpowered at start, but he still knows how to fight. Story is pretty good. And finally, number 1. King of Battlefield. The Demon King destroys every single martial king and the King of the Battlefield is the last one remaining. After fighting with the King of the Battlefield, the Demon King loses and performs a time reversal magic and gets teleported many years in the past inside the body of the King of the Battlefield. The main character's personality is really unique and easygoing. All characters in this manhwa have very good personalities and the way they are introduced is also brilliant. The bad guys are not just bad guys, they have a thinking process and the fight with these bad guys are really well crafted. This manhwa is also super funny. The only little problem with this manhwa is the art, but the art never managed to hold back the awesomeness of this gem. I highly recommend giving this Murim gem a try. Ladies and gentlemen, we conclude today's list with that. But before we leave, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. We really work hard to bring you guys quality content, so a little appreciation goes a long way. Thanks for watching and have a great day.